Welcome back, everybody! My name is BluJay, and we are back once again on the Unity SMP. To get us going today in this episode, we're going to start out with a little bit of resource gathering because we're going to need a lot of wood for the project we're going to build today, and if you haven't figured it out already from the thumbnail, we're going to start building our airship today. We're only going to get the frame done because this is going to take a long time to do all this resource gathering, and it's going to take quite a bit of time to actually build it. So we're going to build this project a little bit at a time because we want to do it well. We want to do it right, and I've already done quite a bit of designing in my testing world. If you haven't seen it on Twitter, you should follow me over there. I've, made this plug before for my Twitter. I do a lot of previews and a lot of pictures and, Q&A polls and all that kind of stuff that you guys might benefit from if you don't follow me over there. So be sure to do that because there's a lot of content on that Twitter page that I wouldn't necessarily feature on here. So be sure to check that out, and you'll see some previews of builds coming up in future episodes. So just a little plug for Twitter. It's in the description. I also, in between episodes, went ahead and got a whole new set of tools. Yep, that's right. If you missed the last episode, go check it out, but I'll go ahead and tell you what happened. DrJimJim and I went Abba caving and had a little friendly competition, and, if you don't know what that is, basically you go caving for 20 minutes, and whoever has the most points from gathering resources gets to keep everything. The winner takes it all. So we both ended up, dying. It was bad. So I lost all my stuff, and it's still out there somewhere in the snow biome. I think DrJimJim and I are going to go out there at some point together to try to find both of our items because we both lost everything we had on us. The resources that we found and the stuff we took with us, including our nice armor and our nice tools and all of that. So I gathered some more resources in between episodes, got some diamonds, got some diamond tools, and we are back up to par with what we had before. And I would say, honestly, we probably are better off than what we had before. So we're doing pretty good. We got, some diamond tools. Still on iron armor. Don't have enough diamonds to get diamond armor yet. We're going to do that hopefully soon, but that's a little bit besides the point. So one thing I wanted to chat with you about before we get started with our build, while we finish gathering these resources, today's video is going to be a little bit different than normal. I'm going to do a lot of chatting, and if you guys don't like that, I know a couple of you have commented before about, hey, you need to talk less. But a lot of you guys like the commentary. A lot of you like, the discussions that I bring up and the Q&A stuff that I do. We're going to do a little bit of discussing in this episode because I'm actually going to pre-record all of the footage of me building the frame of the airship itself. And then go back and do some commentating over the top of it because it's probably going to be pretty boring for you guys to sit there and watch me count. All right, now we've got to do 16 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 16. And now we've got to do 17 blocks, all the way to 17. It just doesn't make for an interesting video. So we're going to go actually build the whole thing, and then I'm going to come back, and we've got some fun things to hopefully talk about today, and hopefully you guys will benefit from and be interested in. So let me finish gathering up these resources, and then we'll get started with some chatting and with some building. I'll be right back. Well, I wasn't joking when I said it was going to take a couple hours. Look at this. We've got 2 full rows of logs, 2 full rows plus a little of planks, and a bunch of stairs. This is going to be hopefully more than enough for what we need for the frame today. It probably won't get us through the entire build, but it's going to be at least enough for today. So I'm going to get situated here, and we'll start building the frame right now. All right, so the first thing that we're going to talk about today is Patreon. It's been a while since I've discussed this with you guys in the middle of a video. I normally mention it all the way to the end, and I'm not sure how many people actually watch the little outro that I do every video, so that's an interesting question. Let me know in the comment section if you watch to the very end of every video, or if there's a place in a video where you're like, oh, I've seen enough, I'm gonna bail. So if you haven't watched to the end of the video every time, you may not notice that I mention the Patreon page in the end of every video clip. So basically, I say something like, hey, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy the content on my channel, be sure to go check out the Patreon, got some great rewards for you, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. So if you don't know what Patreon is, basically it is a way for viewers of a channel or people who like a particular content creator, whether it's on YouTube or whether it's another avenue for content creation. It's a place where people can support that particular content creator financially. So Patreon is a really cool way to set up that kind of thing because it allows viewers to support, for this example, a YouTube creator, and it allows that said YouTube creator, let's just say BluJay, it allows BluJay to offer you guys rewards in return for supporting the channel in a way that is above and beyond just hanging out and watching the videos and hanging out in the comment section and all of that. So I've got a Patreon. I've had that set up for a few months, and I've got a couple of supporters right now who have been awesome and have just been so encouraging and have supported financially the channel above and beyond just hanging out and watching, which, again, that's all that I can ask you guys to do. I appreciate it so much, but my point in saying this is one of the supporters has reached the tier that allows you to be a part of a specific Patreon realm that I'm going to set up. And I just wanted to throw that out there in case anybody would be interested in joining a realm that I would be playing on every once in a while. It's probably not going to be to the same extent that I do Unity and Reverb, and it definitely won't be like a video series or anything like that. It'll just be somewhere that I can hang out with supporters. I'm going to be starting that up this month. And it's probably, at this point, I think already too late to join up for this month because rewards process at the very beginning of the month, and I release them as soon as rewards are processed. So at this point, it'll probably be December before anybody else can join, but I wanted to throw that out there in case anybody was interested in playing along on that Patreon realm. So enough of that for now. Let's move on to the next topic of discussion. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to chat about is some news that was released for me today, as I'm recording this, for you yesterday as you're watching this. Or if you're watching this in the future, then this is probably old news. But anyway, Minecraft on their official Twitter page and on their YouTube page today released information about 4 possible new mobs that might be added to the game. And actually, it's only 1 that's going to be added to the game, but there's 4 possibilities that we get to choose from as the community, which is like ridiculous. Who does this? What other game franchise allows their player base to pick features that are going to be in a game? It's awesome. This is such a creative idea. I know they've done this in the past. I'm pretty sure that's how llamas got into the game, that the community voted on either llamas or alpacas, I think it was, and it's awesome that they rely on the community to add features to the game. It's just kind of a fun thing. So if you don't know this, go check it out on their YouTube page or on their Twitter page. They've got pictures of the 4 potential mobs. One of them will get chosen. One of them kind of looks like a baby T-Rex. One of them kind of looks like a stingray. Another one looks like something that came out of the nether, and I'm not quite sure what the 4th one is. It's kind of like a octopus looking thing, I think. I'm not sure, but my guess, they haven't given any information about it except for visual. My guess is that there are probably possibilities from a variety of places in a Minecraft world. So one could be from the nether, one could be from the end, one could be from like the overworld, and one could potentially be like ocean kind of stuff. And I know a lot of people are like, guys, the ocean is boring. We need to add some stuff to the ocean. The only thing that's in there are squid and guardians, which both are pretty cool, but it's kind of time. So I'm guessing if there is an ocean mob and if it is, worthy of being voted for, I think a lot of people are going to vote for ocean mobs over anything else. Personally, I'm kind of leaning towards the T-Rex, if that's even what it is. They haven't said what they are, but it looks like a baby T-Rex to me. I'm leaning towards that one and the stingray. Those are the 2 that I'm thinking about voting for. Who are you guys thinking about voting for? And give me some reasons why. Honestly, at the end of the day, I don't really care which one gets added. I'm sure once I know more information, I'll have a little bit more of an opinion. But a new mob is a new mob, and that's good enough for me. It's a new feature, it's something fun, it's something new, something exciting that hasn't been in the game before, and I'm just glad that they're going this route and adding more stuff. I feel like the game is becoming more stable. There's still some bugs that need worked out, but I'm okay that they're going the route of adding new features and adding new stuff that we have a say in. as long as it continues to run smoothly and as long as they keep squashing those bugs, I'm a happy camper. So I'm really excited about the direction of Minecraft and the stuff that they're adding, and the fact that the community gets to decide a little bit about where that goes. The next topic of discussion, something that I have mentioned a couple times on my channel in the last few videos, I think, is a new game coming out this month. It's officially November now, and I'm so pumped. I've pre-ordered the game, and I'm ready for it to come out so that I can start playing it. It's Star Wars Battlefront 2. And I've mentioned that I might try to do some live stream stuff on my Xbox so that you guys can watch that if you're interested in watching that. It's a different game than I normally play on my channel because I pretty much do exclusively Minecraft. I'm going to play it either way, so I thought it could be fun to maybe do some live streams every once in a while. Not sure whether I'm going to do the story mode in live stream or whether I'm going to do the multiplayer stuff or what I'm going to do. I'm not sure yet. So if you guys have any opinion on that, weigh in. Let me know what you'd like to see from that game. And I'd also like to know how many of you guys are actually going to buy it and play it yourself, because, you know, it might be fun to meet up on there and play some Battlefront together if any of you are interested in that. So let me know. Let's take a pause from our discussion for just a second. Take a look at that. Look at this out there. There's so much going on. You see that skull, you see the boat. There's so much cool stuff coming up on the realm. And if you guys are not watching the other players, which I'm sure a lot of you are, but if you're not, you are definitely doing yourself a disservice. There's so many good builders and creative stuff going on, and just a lot of really great content on the channel. And you should be watching their videos as well. So anyway, back to our discussion. Things that are happening in November. I already talked about Battlefront coming out this month. So on a personal note, my main job that I do, aside from YouTube, because this is not full-time for me, this is just a hobby for me that I do for fun. My full-time job, there are seasons where, you know, I've got a lot of time and things are pretty flexible. And then there are seasons that are incredibly busy, and I'm very limited in the amount of time that I have outside of work. So November and December are two very, very busy times of year for me, because, you know, they're busy times for everybody. At least if you live in the United States and are watching this. I'm not sure about for everybody else, but, you know, American Thanksgiving happens in November, and then we've got Christmas in December, and so, you know, there's a lot of family stuff that goes on with holidays and traveling and seeing people, and so that's already busy as it is. But then the nature of my job, because I work for a church, we have like an annual night of worship and Thanksgiving every November as a church. And I don't know that I've told you guys much about the church that I work for, but we are a multi-site church, so that we've got like 3 different campuses that we do kind of like a simulcast kind of thing for the sermon, but we all have like live worship and a live campus pastor. And I don't know how much you guys know about churches that are watching this, but that's kind of our style. It's a very contemporary, very technologically advanced style of church. And we get together as an entire church together once a year to do this annual night of worship and Thanksgiving, and it's a really big deal. It's kind of a milestone for our church. We look forward to it every year. It's very well attended. A lot of people come to it, and it's a lot of work for the 4 worship leaders that are on staff. We put together a lot more of a produced kind of feel than we do for any other thing throughout the year. So there's a lot of like lighting that gets designed. There's stage design stuff that we do. There's a lot of prep work that goes into that. And so all of that goes to say, it's going to be a busy month. And next month is Christmas, and we do Christmas Eve services. We have 3 Christmas Eve services at my church on Christmas Eve. And there's a lot of preparation and planning and things that go into that. And so life is going to be a little bit crazy over the next couple of months. And so I'm asking for a little bit of understanding if a video or 2 over the next couple months gets either delayed by a day or so, or I have to skip one once in a while. Don't hear me say that I'm not going to work my tail off trying to, you know, keep the schedule that I have set for you guys, because I know you expect a video every Monday and every Thursday. But I'm asking for understanding. If by chance there's a time over the next couple months that I have to push something aside, it's going to be this. And so hopefully you guys understand that. I'm going to, again, like I said, I'm going to do my best to keep the schedule as, you know, close to what it has been as possible. And hopefully if I've got enough planning ahead of time and I can, you know, work out some simpler projects and, you know, go at a slower pace like we're doing today. We're not building the entire ship today. We're building the frame. If I can tackle small projects or large projects in small segments, then I should be able to keep a schedule. But I just wanted to forewarn you, it's a busy time for me. Life is about to get a lot more hectic than it normally is. So that's what I wanted to talk about for that, and that's enough for now on that particular subject. Wow, that is looking pretty cool. This thing is starting to come together. The only thing we have left to do is the top part of the frame, and then the entire frame is in place for the basic part of our ship. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Okay, so the last thing that we're gonna discuss in today's video has to do specifically with this build that we're working on right now. So this is gonna be our main home. And I'm not gonna say that we're gonna do everything here. I've got some ideas for some like steampunk style buildings that we could put down on the ground in the field next to our docking station. But those are for a later part of the series. We're not going to do anything on the ground for a little while until we get our main home, the airship, established. But I'm going to put several different things in here, and I'm thinking at the very least we're going to have a massive auto smelter, and we're going to have a decent storage system. I'm not sure whether it's going to be an auto sorting storage system or not, because I know that realms can be a bit laggy at times. They're a lot better in 1.2 than they were before, but I don't want to overload the server with a lot of hoppers and things redstone that might, you know, detract from other players' experience of being able to play smoothly. So I don't know if it's going to be an automatic sorting system or if it's just going to be like an organizational system that I know where everything goes and put it there manually. But we're going to have a storage system of some sort in the airship. And we're obviously going to have our bedroom with our bed, and, you know, we'll design it all cool looking like and make it look like a captain's quarters or something fun like that. What other things would you guys like to see in this airship in particular? I'm an open book. I don't have a lot of plans yet. Those 3 plans right there are pretty much the only things that I've thought about for putting inside the airship. And as you can see right now, this thing is massive. There's going to be a lot of space. This thing is almost, if I remember correctly, it's almost 100 blocks long. That's a lot of space. So we've got a lot of room to work with. We got a lot of things that we can put in here. What would you like to see put in the airship? I'm open to feedback. I'm open to suggestions. And as often as I can use your suggestions in a build, I would love to be able to do that. Let me know. All right, guys, we are going to dig down this little pillar here and go take a look at our work to see how it looks. We are finished with the frame. All the blocks are in place, and as long as I calculated this correctly and did it correctly, it should look exactly like the frame we built in our testing world. And if you've seen my Twitter page, once again, I posted a picture of this in the testing world before I even started building it here. So a lot of you guys have probably already seen some progress on this if you follow me over there. But it's done. Let's run over here and take a look at it. We're actually going to remove all of this dirt because we don't want that to, you know, taint our view. We want it to look awesome when we go back here and run and look at it. And I'm going to take a screenshot for the thumbnail. So we want it to look good. Here we go. Let's take a look. Oh, that looks awesome. Oh, I can just imagine all of that filled in with different materials. It's not all going to be wood, but it's going to be pretty cool when it's done. What do you guys think of this particular design? Let me know. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time that we've got for today. I know this video was a little bit different than our normal style of videos. It was a lot less talk about the game itself and what we were doing, and it was a lot more discussion about various topics. So let me know what you guys thought about this particular style of video, whether you liked it or whether you'd rather me do my normal style of videos where I'm talking about the build, having a conversation or two every once in a while, but mainly sticking to explaining what's going on in the footage. So I hope you guys enjoy the build. I hope you guys have some feedback for me for the different things that we talked about. And specifically, I hope you guys have some suggestions for what you might like to see on the inside of our airship. Things that we have left to do for this: we need to finish the actual structure itself, the outside, maybe the interior levels, and divide those up before we start building anything. And then we also need to build the massive balloon or balloons. I haven't got a design in mind for that yet, but I'm not sure if it's going to be 1 or 2 or 3 or what it's going to look like, but we need balloons because it needs to float. But anyway, as we mentioned earlier in this video, be sure to go check out that Patreon page because I've got a lot of rewards over there that you guys might enjoy, and I would really appreciate and be grateful for any kind of support that you might consider to offer for my channel. But for now, my name is BluJay, and I've got to fly on out of here. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.